Hello, welcome to another Saturday deck flip through, where we're going back through some of the older decks in my Magic collection. At this point we're looking at some 10th edition theme decks, which I think, as I've said in the previous videos I've done here, I don't believe they've been featured standalone. They've probably cropped up in some nostalgia video alongside other decks, but because these were opened prior to me even moving to Nova Scotia, and certainly well prior to me having a functioning YouTube channel where I was recording videos, these were never opened or unboxed on camera. So we've got to the fifth one here, which is Molimo's Might, which is the green one. So as with the other ones, these are 40 card decks, and I have the box. So let's just have a quick look. These look really cool, like what they still do, but these are cool at the time. I remember looking at getting these. I must have got these. I'm pretty sure I bought these off Amazon, actually. I certainly know I bought my original what was it? Fat Pack online. Yeah, so they came with one of these, and of course this is the same as in all the decks I've done so far. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. So features, you get the same insert in all of the decks because it's just got all 5 decks on here. So Molimo's Might, and then on the other side there's that's there's the green one. You probably recognise, if you know the set well and you've watched watch my flip through of artwork on Friday before this video went out, you'll probably recognise the card there that's featured. I just love the sound of, like, Magic product has a sound, doesn't it? Decks have a sound. Okay, so with these I'm going to just do them full art and everything. All nice in there. Yeah, I colour coded all of these so they will have the appropriate colour sleeves. Right, so Molimo Maro-Sorcerer for 3 green. It's a star. Legendary creature elemental, so it has trample, and also its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, hence the star there. So scales on the lands. The other rare in the set was the other rare in this deck was Hurricane. So X green spell, deals X damage to each creature with flying and each player. So now going through these in casting cost order so we can get an idea of the curve. We have Giant Growth, of which there is 1 copy. We have a Commune with Nature, of which it looks like there are a couple of copies. So yeah, you're going to see 1, 2, possibly 3 copies of things, except for obviously the basic lands. Rampant Growth. How many of those do we get? 2. We also have a Canopy Spider, which is a 2-drop 1/3 with reach, and there are 2 of those. Worm's Tooth was in here, so all of the decks had the on-colour Lucky Charm card, and so there's been some variations on these Lucky Charms over the years, but they're the sort of cards which reward you with life based on you playing green spells or casting or using green mana, those sort of things. Blanchwood Armour, which was an aura, and there are 2 of those. Notice that it the pump scales on forest, so very much in this deck, you've seen a couple of cards already which are very concerned with, yeah, the number of forests you're playing. We've got Civic Wayfinder. Nice tutor there for basic lands. And we have 2 copies of those. Root Waller, which gives you an out for all of your mana. So yeah, 1 on the green, and it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. But play this ability only once each turn. So it looks initially like, okay, oh, I can invest a load of mana then, and then you read the clause, and that's not the case. So 2 in a green, it's a 2/2, but with that, you know, pump you can do on it, +2/+2. A couple of those. Stampeding Wildebeests. It's got trample. And at the beginning of your upkeep, return a green creature you control to its owner's hand. So, you know, that's what you have to do. That's the downside for having a 5/4 for 4 with trample. Got Spined Worm. That's a vanilla. 5/4 for 5. And there are 2 of those. Cavo Climbers in here. So when it comes into play, get to draw a card. 3/3 for 5. Overrun's also in here. So that gives all of your creatures you control +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Got a Mantis Engine, which gains flying at a cost, and also First Strike. So 3/3 for 5. Cruel Worm's in here, 6/4 for 6, vanilla creature. Enormous Baloth, 7/7 for 7. So you can see there's quite a number of vanilla creatures in this deck. So again, yeah, just 1s and 2/ofs there. So as I pointed out, it makes the deck interesting in terms of there's variability there, there's variance. So continued plays of the deck. You don't get bored with it too soon, but obviously the idea is they want you to, you know, go out, buy more packs, buff up the deck in some way. Now the artwork, as I've said on numerous different videos and going through doing my set musings, deck musings specifically, is, yeah, I love the artwork in this set because, you know, it's a core set and it's pulling in from artwork from others, but maybe used in other sets. So we've got a nice cross section of eras to some degree here. So we'll go through for this, and we actually get, another nice thing with the set is it was 4 pieces of 4 pieces of artwork. So we have 4 copies of the first piece, and then we move on to this. So this is a sort of, out of all the forest artwork I tend to associate most with seeing in core sets and seeing in green, is this one for some reason. And I don't know if that equates to what I've opened or it's just one of those things, but this is the one that sticks in my head. So yeah, multiple copies of that. And we move on to this one, which looks like it could be from maybe Kamigawa, maybe one of those sets. I think the first one we looked at was probably from, maybe that was from somewhere like Urza's block era. And then this, which is a cityscape. So I imagine this is coming from original Ravnica because of the time frame. So yeah, there we have it. Like I said, yeah, these were 40 card decks, as were all of the I think, yeah, I believe all of the core sets at that point. If you look at 10th edition core set theme decks, you look at 9th edition, which I'm going to talk about some 9th edition decks in a later episode. Yeah, they all were 40 card decks. Next week now, I'm going to move on to some other cards. I got something planned, and I'm going to do some 9th edition a bit later, not next week, but next week I've got something that ties into some of the stuff I've been doing in the past few weeks in terms of the Set Musings episodes. So yeah, thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in a future episode.